Huh. Wasn't there for too long, were you?
We just had to live where we could live when we first came here because there wasn't no houses, wasn't very plentiful.
Really? Huh. Was this a new house when you bought it?
No, somebody had lived in it. And we did all this paneling and
Really?
stuff.
Huh. Interesting. Almost 3 o'clock?
Yeah, it is. 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
When you say you had to leave?
About 4 o'clock. I'm already
You
packed,
got-
everything. Everything packed up. So you got a job at the nursing home after that, huh?
Yeah. Got me a job. There was a couple that worked in the nursing home and they needed some help and they knew me, real well. So they come here begging me to go to work for them.
Yeah. What were you doing there?
Oh, I worked in the kitchen.
In the kitchen? You were a cook? Huh.
I made the desserts and the salads, stuff like that. Made dinner rolls, and they got to calling them opal rolls.
Opal rolls.
Because they were good. Everybody just loved them.
Huh. That's good.
So they called them opal rolls.
Opal rolls. Huh. Huh. 21 years. It's a long time to work in a nursing
Well,
home.
there's another nursing home over there on Taylor Street, back over in the west part of town. And I worked there first, and then whenever this one down here now, it's down there on Florida, was built. Well, then I went over there.
Huh. Went over there afterwards. Were this the same people you worked for, or you just got a different job over there?
No, has the same kind of job, but me and one of the other cooks went over there.
Went over there. But you didn't like it over on Taylor Street?
Yeah, I liked it all right, but it just, we just wanted to go to the new one.
Wanted to go to the new one?
Brand new one,
I
opened
understand
up.
that. Huh.
And they needed somebody to work in there, so we went over there.
You got laid off from that place?
From which one?
From the other one, from the last one you worked at.
From the last one I worked at? Yeah, I was laid off. Then they tried to get me to go back, and I wouldn't do it.
Really? Why wouldn't you go back?
Didn't want to.
Didn't want to? Huh.
They laid me off, so I just stayed off.
Uh-huh. That was bad, huh?
That was that.
Well, it's not too bad, I guess.
No,
I guess none of us would mind something like
but
that.
I'd teach them.
Yeah. Did you?
Yeah, because they bagged me, bagged me, and bagged me. Even some of the little people that lived in there begged me to come back.
Really?
Yeah. But I just felt like I was through working.
Yeah. I vaguely remember that. Vaguely remember that. I must have been really young when that happened.
I was working there when you arrived.
Uh-huh. I remember that.
You remember
I
that?
remember you working there. I remember you getting laid off. Barely. I don't know how old I was, but I remember it.
Well, you couldn't have been very old. I would go down there from work. Y'all lived on your mom lived on Jackson. And I'd go down there by there, going home from work.
Huh.
On almost every day and visit y'all a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I went with your mom and your dad to the hospital when you arrived.
I don't remember that.
No. I went with them there.
Hmm. Huh. Yeah, I can remember Edie changing my diapers.
Yeah.
I was young.
Yeah, it was you that was riding your bicycle one time and broke your arm.
Hmm.
Is that arm weak now, or?
Not weak, but there's some parts that are messed up on it. I
Mm.
still got the scar.
Mm.
Still have the scar.
It broke it up pretty good, I think.
Here and there. And I can't do that.
You can't?
Uh-uh. My fingers.
So they didn't
see,
get.
I can do that there.
Yeah, they
I
didn't
can't.
get it. That finger won't lay down?
Won't lay down.
Huh.
That's the worst.
They did a bad job on it.
Well, they did an okay job. I mean, I've got an arm. My hand still works.
Yeah.
Just can't do that.
Yeah.
Not too bad, I guess. Could be worse.
Well, it was broken 2 or 3 places, I think.
2 places. And you broke your bone once, didn't you? I remember you telling me that you shattered your leg when you were a kid or something like
Yeah, a
that.
car backed into me.
Huh. How old were you then?
I was still going to school. Wasn't over 16 years old, I don't guess.
Huh.
A girl was going to school. She had a car that had running boards on it,
Yeah.
and all a silly bunch of kids like we were, would hop on that running board whenever and get a ride as far as we could.
Huh.
Whenever we was leaving school, and she backed into another car,
Wow.
and I was on that side where the running board was, and it smashed my leg.
Huh.
It wasn't broke. They said it wasn't broke, but I think it was, because I couldn't walk for a long time.
Did you have to be in any crutches or anything, or?
No. Everybody would just carry me.
That's a long time to be carried.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We didn't have any crutches, I don't guess, at that time.
Oh, yeah?
Anyway, I would walk with a chair, put my knee in the chair and walk that way.
Huh. Wow.
Then whenever I went to school, finally went to school, they all helped me
From there?
from there.
How big of a school did you go to?
I think, well, yeah, I went to the 12th.
12th grade? Hmm. How many people were there?
Oh,
Not a
I
lot?
don't, not a lot, but,
Not a lot.
but plenty.
Plenty?
Yeah.
Huh. It wasn't a big area of Oklahoma she lived in, was it?
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
At one time we had a teacher, he was an Indian teacher, Indian man. He was real good.
American Indian?
Yeah, he was real good.
Hmm.
He was a real good teacher.
Interesting. Now you have some Native American blood, don't you? Which side does that come from?
It comes from my daddy's side, I think.
Really? Huh. What tribe?
That's what we don't know.
Really?
If we knew, we would we could get our medicines and everything,
Uh-huh.
free.
Yeah. You were
Get to-
IHS, yeah.
Get to go to the doctor free and everything.
Mm-hmm. You have to go to an Indian hospital,
Do
though.
you know Josie that works at the beauty shop